Okay, good evening, and we are live, and it's always good, as always, to be here. Just make sure we're going live here, and we are. Okay, turn that off, and it's always good to be here. We're going to do something. We're going to continue on. I can't remember what night I did it. I did a 9 o'clock show where I talked about what I was doing out in the field before Dallas got shut down. And so we're going to talk about that, but let's go ahead and get training started. Then I'm going to go into the platform, as I have been shocked by the number, I say a number, 4 or 5 people that said, hey, where's the restaurant program? So, that confused me. But anyway, I'm going to go in tonight, and I'm going to show you where the restaurants and the products and services program is. We're not going to go through it because I've done that training 100 times. But I am going to show you where it's at. So welcome to App Wizard Studio Training here on a Wednesday night. Real quick, if you haven't joined our Facebook group, you can join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/AWS Mastermind. And that's for those who are on our Facebook, our YouTube channel. And here, if you're here and you haven't joined our YouTube channel, you can go over and join our YouTube channel. Just go to App Wizard Studio, look for the little icon there, and you will be able to follow us and subscribe on YouTube. And a real quick disclaimer, App Wizard Studio and more, I cannot guarantee just because you're watching training, for those of you that actually do watch training and pay attention, you will make any sales, create any traffic, or increase your income. Every person is different, has different work ethics and different desires. And the first thing I want to talk about before we go over to the platform, and we're going to, let me go ahead and share this screen here. Share the screen there. And I'm going to go back over to this side real quick before we go over and show you where the restaurant program and the products and services program is for the, I don't know, there's 4 or 5 people that messaged me this week, and I told them I would go into tonight's training, and hopefully they'll come in and watch. But COVID-19. I did a program just the other night and said, okay, this is what I'm doing. At that point, I could go into Dallas and go anywhere I wanted to. So I was going to mom and pop restaurants and talking to mom and pop restaurant owners. I went over the complete scenario in that training. And I went over all the things that I say in that training. So you can look back just a couple of nights ago. Might have been on Monday night or Saturday night. I just look back to 2 videos ago and you'll see me. But anyway, they have completely, as of midnight, Monday night, completely shut down Dallas. They're on a what's called a lockdown, okay? Quarantine, if you will, I think is what they're calling it. And so they're stopping people in the areas. And if you're not an essential worker, which I am not considered an essential worker, okay? I'm not a doctor or own a liquor store. I mean, the liquor stores are essential, I guess, because I put them on the list. So I can't get around. And or because I don't want to get stopped, because it's $1,000 up to $1,500. And there was a person today in my Facebook page, a friend of a person in my Facebook page, who got stopped in Dallas, who was actually a plumber, who did not have a letter from their plumbing company. And guess what? They got a ticket. So what did I do today? I made 37 phone calls. Okay, I'm calling restaurants one after the other. Okay, I'm finding them in Facebook. I'm finding them online. Dallas restaurants. I mean, it's pretty obvious which ones are mom and pops and which ones aren't. And I'm calling and I'm calling, and I did this for about 8 hours. And out of the 37, I set 5 appointments. Okay, 5 appointments out of 37. Now, I set video appointments with them, so they're going to have to get online. I got their email address and I emailed them an email with a link for Zoom, okay, a Zoom meeting, if you will, a Zoom. And so we will go online and I will meet with them. Now, out of that 5, I've never done this before. I've had Zoom meetings, but with people I knew that would be there who actually contacted me first. But this is the first live cold call phone calling I've ever done. Okay. And invited them to a Zoom meeting and emailed them an email. Now I am able to track the emails to see if they open them. Out of the 5 so far, 3 have opened the emails. Okay. 3 have opened the emails. So we'll see what happens. The appointments are tomorrow. If I get 1 out of the 5, I will consider that a huge success. Now, some of you are probably saying, well, gosh, Kerry, you talked to 37 people and you only got 5 appointments and you may or may not. Well, that's more than anybody else got. Why? Because nobody else is going to take the initiative. I say nobody, very few people will take the initiative to break out and do the things that they have to do to keep their business running. Those that are sitting down saying, oh my gosh, this is going to kill my business. You've got to get out of the box. Okay. You got to, and I've already done revenue this week. Okay. Today's Wednesday. I did revenue on Monday and I did revenue on Tuesday. So, and that was some stuff from last week. I spent all day on the phone. I've spent about half of yesterday putting my preparations together and kind of building out my plan, exactly what I was going to do and how I was going to do it. So this was my plan. Sit down at 8 o'clock in the morning and start dialing for dollars. That's what we used to call it in the Navy, dialing for dollars. And I started dialing for dollars. And then after I started dialing for dollars, by the end of the day, and I'll tell you, I went to Walmart yesterday, took a break and went to Walmart. I also went to lunch yesterday. So from about 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what is that, about 9 hours? I took about a 2-hour break because I did leave. Okay. So 7 hours, 37 calls. All right. In between. And when I say that, I was doing a lot of other things. So I made 37 calls and I set 5 appointments. Now, out of the 37 calls, gosh, I think maybe only 3 numbers I dialed, 3 or 4. I dialed that I didn't get an answer. And everybody else I talked to, they just weren't ready to do anything right then. But what did I do? I was able to plant the seed. And what I would say is, hi, my name is Kerry Miller. I'm with Get Digi Marketing Solutions. We work with restaurants in our local area, helping them to set up mobile ordering systems for their business. And I was wondering if you would have time to do a video call, since we're unable to meet personally online, and I could go over our program with you. I didn't push because, listen, people are more stressed right now than I've ever seen them in my life. I mean, I've never seen so many people stressed. They're waiting on the government to come through. They're waiting on so many things to happen right now. So people are major stressed right now. So I don't want to put any more stress on them, but I want them to know that there is someone out here to help. I didn't talk about Facebook. I didn't talk about Instagram. This wasn't a walk in and get to know someone and build that relationship. I wanted them to know right up front who I was and what I'm doing and what I'm here for. So out of 37, I think it was, I don't remember, it might have been 5 people that didn't answer. My numbers are over in the office, over in my house. But this is what I know. I've got 5 appointments. I've had 3 people open the emails, and hopefully the other 2 will. And if they don't, that's 3 potentials, okay? And they'll get some emails, okay, that say, hey, don't forget you have this call with Kerry, and we'll see how that goes. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using Zoom meeting. You want to know what I'm using? I'm using Zoom meeting. I'm setting up the meetings through phone calls. I'm going online. I'm going on Facebook. I'm looking for restaurants in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the Greenville area, all these areas. That's who I'm looking for. And I give them a call, and I just say, hey, my name is Kerry. I'm with Get Digi Marketing Solutions, and I'm here to talk to you about setting up a mobile app ordering system for your business. If this is something you're interested in, I would like to set up a video conferencing call since we can't meet in person. And bam, that's what I say. And some of them say, I not right now, not right now. And you can hear the fear in their voice. So you don't push that, okay? You don't push it. You don't push people that are already afraid to a different place. That you just don't do that, okay? So that's what I'm doing. I told you last week when it happened, and it happened this week. The mayor came out in Dallas and said, okay, we're shutting everything down. And there's not really anything we can do about that. So you just have to keep moving and keep moving forward. Now, for the second part of training here, and I'm not going to go in and build all this out. I'm just going to simply walk through what we built out in the last video. If you will go to videos in the Get Digi system, in the App Wizard Facebook group, okay, if you go to videos in the App Wizard Facebook group, you can see all the training videos, and in the description, it tells exactly what we trained on, okay, exactly what we trained on. Now, some Facebook, in some pages, it will pull up whatever words in the description. I don't know if it does in Facebook or not, but I mean in Facebook groups, but also in YouTube it does. So, and in that you can see, you can find, but just go back to where we first started. I think it was in January where we went through the entire program, and restaurants was probably the second or third video. So, and matter of fact, I talked to someone the other day, sent them there, and they found it in about 2 minutes. But anyway, let's go over here. Okay, this is the App Wizard system. And you can see here when we built this out, this is the app that we used for the training. It's got every single button, every single thing that's in the system in here. Okay, so you can see right here is the restaurant menu. Here's the products and services. Test. Kerry products. Okay, I just put an image in there. Let's go to previous. Test 2. Test 2. Okay, there's some pictures of the products. Then we can come over here. We can come over here to restaurant menu. Here's the restaurant menu. Hamburgers with cheese. Cheeseburger all the way. Okay, and you put your hamburger image in there, lettuce and tomatoes or whatever you put in there. Now, the restaurant menu and the products and services are right here. Here's products and services. It says products and services. All you do is come in and you add whatever you're going to put into here. Okay, add product or service, add a link, or add a category. Menu, the same thing. Add menu item, add category. And when you do that, it's going to ask you, hey, what is the item? What is the image? What is the price? Where are you putting this? Are you putting it in hamburgers with cheese, soft drinks, whatever categories you built up here? You can see the categories. Like here's Dr. Pepper, okay, and that's just an App Wizard Studio image, $2.99. Same thing here, burgers, hamburger all the way, $4.99, lettuce, tomatoes. All right, and you can go in and you can build these out. Now, one thing you want to do with these, okay, is you want to set them up. I'm going to do a training next week, and I know I've been big on the restaurants. This really pertains to everything, but I found a really cool white paper that I'm going to train on next week on restaurants. And this was actually done. It's kind of ironic. It was written for the National Restaurant Association last April. And I found it yesterday, and I've been studying it and looking at all the statistics and looking at all those things. It's really a very, very, very powerful white paper. And so I will post that in this group so that everybody can look over that. But I want to train on it and talk about it and go through it. I think you're going to be really amazed at if you start now. If you wait, it's not going to happen, obviously, because you've got to catch that wave, right? You got to catch that trend. And I think you're going to be really amazed at the amount of business that's going to be out there in the next 30 to 60 days. I mean, I think you're really going to be shocked. And I'm not telling you to wait 30 or 60 days to go to work. I'm telling you need to go to work now so that in 30 to 60 days, you can go out there. And I've told this story 100 times, but that's the way I built my roofing business. When everybody wasn't doing anything, that's when I found App Wizard Studio. And I talked to several companies to come in and build me an app, and they wanted $50,000, $60,000, $75,000 to build me an app. And so I went online and I started looking, and I found App Wizard Studio, and I was App Wizard Studio's first reseller, and then became the trainer, and the rest is history. But I was interested in the system because it would do exactly what I wanted it to do. Whenever other roofer was sitting on their butts, we were out putting people into the texting system by zip code, and we took our roofing company to almost $2 million in a year using an app from App Wizard Studio and SMS. This is the same situation. You have an opportunity here to come in and truly, if you're not out working or you're building your plan and you're putting all that together, get into this system, okay? We've got the easiest platform in the world. Come over here to menu and build you out a menu. Come over here to products and services and learn how to build out a products and services. Come over here to settings and come over here to shopping cart and learn how to set up the PayPal, okay? Because the system accepts PayPal. Now, some of you are going to say, well, businesses don't use PayPal. I beg you differ. You'd be amazed at the number of people that don't use a standard merchant account today. They use PayPal, they use Stripe, they use Square. They use other systems. So they're used to paying the same amount of money that they're paying to everybody else that PayPal uses. And this is a great program. As a matter of fact, you can go to Home Depot today and pay with your PayPal account. All you have to do is put your email address in, and it takes it right out of your PayPal account. If your PayPal account is linked to your checking account, then PayPal pulls it out of your checking account and pays for the product. So people are used to and understand what PayPal is. This isn't like something that's just been in the universe for the last 60 days. This is something that's been around. Matter of fact, I guess PayPal was probably one of the first systems you could use that wasn't attached to a merchant account. And they've really grown since then. Well, our system is hooked up to PayPal. This is the system you use. You can put the sales tax in here, ask shipping address. You know, if you're doing some delivery, if you're doing a delivery program, obviously you want the shipping address. You want to be able to receive that, right? So you can take the product. You can send notification to phone, and I recommend you setting up texting with this so that the person can get the restaurant can get the phone order and notification by email. Why notification by email? So that you can do what? You can send the order over, and you can see up here, your customers can see up here a complete cart submittal of all the product. Now, this is what we did on training, okay? This is what we did on training. So July 31st, this was 29th, so this was March 25th. Okay, so if you want to know when we built this, what video to go look at? March 25th, 2020 at 7:35 p.m. That's when you go to the training, all right? March 25th, because that's when we did that, all right? So go in, learn to build out the menu. Very, very important. Now, you're probably saying, well, Kerry, why are you talking products and services? This is what I'm starting to find, okay? And I'm already doing my homework on this, and I'm already starting to see this happen. Somebody there said, I have 2 PayPal accounts. Absolutely. I've got about a dozen PayPal accounts, so I understand what you're saying. There's a lot of people that have PayPal accounts. And but this is what I'm starting to see. Guess who else is starting to realize, oh my gosh, I need an online shopping program. Because not only can I not allow people in the lobby, I can't even sell my products. And that's all your stores. Mobile commerce is about to be the biggest wave of business. I've consulted a mobile commerce company in Dallas. They called me and said, hey, could you come over and consult us? And thank God they did, because they wrote me a nice check to do that, but they're going after businesses that I don't go after. And that's the reason I consulted them. But they wanted an insight of which direction they should go and how they should approach their customers and what I felt about building out the apps and so forth. They go after large clothing stores. Okay, not my cup of tea. So, but good on them. Why is that company going in that direction? Because they see the wave too. And there's going to be a lot of companies. I don't know how many of you go on Facebook daily and see the sponsored ads right now for restaurant apps. They are everywhere, everywhere. So menu, go in, products and services, they're right here. Here's products and services, right here. Here's menu, right here. Go over to settings, shopping cart. That's where your PayPal setup is, okay? And I think you're gonna do well. For those of you that are just joined, if you'll watch the first part of this training, I talked about Dallas is shut down right now. Dallas County completely shut down. How to get a hold of customers. I've been dialing for dollars. I've been on the phone, calling business owners, and I'm doing Zoom meetings. So you can catch that on the first part. I wish everybody the best of luck. This is what I can tell you. Please do not give up. Don't quit, because that's what everybody else is doing. The early bird always gets the worm. And I know that's an old saying, but it is so true. So hang in there, keep pushing, put your plan together, start building, start talking to businesses, call them, just introduce yourself and let them know that you're there for them as soon as you can get together. If you don't want a Zoom meeting, start setting appointments today for 30 days from now, because that's about when we're going to get released over here in this part of the country. So everybody have a great day. God bless. Don't panic. Everything's going to be good. And I truly believe those who listen will explode. Those who sit back and say, oh, me, will be saying, oh, me in December, when the rest of you are in Florida, in Palm Beach, sitting on the beach, drinking drinks with little umbrellas in them. And I truly believe that's where this market's going. And the reason I believe that is because this is the market I'm pursuing. Very, very, very hard. When most people are in bed at night, I'm kind of like the Army. I get up before everybody else and I go to bed after everybody else. When everybody's at home asleep, worried about tomorrow, I'm in bed laying there with my pad and with my iPad right here. Okay, I'm laying in bed with my iPad and I'm taking notes and I'm wireframing things and I'm looking at stuff and I'm building out my next step. So you need to do the same thing if you want to make sure that you ride this way. Everybody have a good night. God bless. Take care. And I'll see you next Wednesday. And we're going to go through that white paper on, and you're going to be mind boggled when you see this to realize how much business is truly out there. Have a great evening, everybody. Just know that you're in my prayers.